Hello, Transition to College Math. Today we are going to talk about tipping. So this video won't end up being that long, and it ties in nicely to the percentages when we were calculating interest on credit cards for the past 2 weeks or so. So here we go. I'm not going to read the top of it. We're just going to jump in and kind of do number 1 and 2 together, and then you'll be able to finish off the rest of the sheet. So it says Johnson family had dinner at a fancy restaurant before taxes. The bill was $118.64. And in the space below, use the bill to determine the money given for a 10% tip, 15% tip, and 20% tip. Okay, so they start us off by saying that the bill is $118.64. If you are going to calculate tips, like the percentages for the APR, you got to change it to a decimal. So I know a 10% tip is going to be the same thing as 0.10. So if I want to figure that out, I would take the 118.64 times the 0.10, and that's going to come out to be 11.864. Okay, so I'm going to look at that 4, and we're going to keep it, the tip, as $11.86. Okay, so when you move on to the 15%, again, the same thing that you got to do is you got to take the 15% and change it to 0.15, and then we would take the 118.64 times 0.15, and then that's going to come out to be 17.796. So we're going to look at that 6, and then we're going to say that our tip for that is $17.80. Okay, and then for the 20% tip, again, you got to change it to a decimal, so that's going to become 0.20 because you're removing that decimal 0.2 places left, which is the same thing that we were doing the entire time. So you're going to have 118.64 times the 0.20, and then that's going to come out to be 23.728. And then we're going to look at that 8, and we're going to make the 2 a 3. So our tip in that case is going to be $23.73. Okay, so usually when you're tipping, you base your tip on the bill before you do the taxes. Okay, and then you calculate from there. All right, now we're going to talk about number 2, what happens when you have your bill. We're going to calculate the sales tax along with the tip, and this problem kind of walks you right through it. So it says at a restaurant you order a meal and a beverage that costs $14, the sales tax 6%, and you want to leave a 20% tip. What is the total cost of your meal? So they give you the meal price right in the word problem, and then 6% tax. Okay, again, you got to remember to convert your percent into a decimal, and then your actual work is going to be 14 times 0.06. Okay, and that's going to give us 0.84 or 84 cents. And then for your tip, again, you don't include the tax in that. So when we go to calculate it again, you got to remember, go ahead and change that to 0.20. So then we're going to have 14 times 0.20. And then that's going to come out to be $2.80. Okay, so then to get the total cost of the meal, we're going to do 14 plus the 84 cents plus the $2.80, and we're going to get a grand total of $17.64, which would be our final. Okay, so that's tipping in a nutshell. Your homework is to complete the rest of the worksheet. I'll